Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is butter chicken. This is a simple and very easy butter chicken recipe. The ingredients you'll be needing is onion powder, salt, allspice, chili powder, tomato paste, garlic powder, heavy cream, and butter, of course. Then I'm using only one breast piece for this recipe. You can use thigh boneless as well, but I find breast piece a little bit better. Now, so I'll say the quantities of the ingredients as we go, since it's a really quick and easy recipe. You will need a teaspoon for this portion right here. So once you have your breast chicken cut into cubes, I like to cut them into small cubes so they're easy and they're bite size. Plus it's easier for the kids to eat. They don't have to keep asking you to break them into smaller pieces. So you'll put 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and just mix that in and let them marinate for like 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, just so that the chicken kind of absorbs the salt and the garlic powder taste. Then you will take a pot and you will need around 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil. Once your oil is nicely heated, then you'll put in your chicken. Now, as I said before, this recipe is a really quick and easy way of making butter chicken. Yes, there are many recipes that require a lot of ingredients, but believe me, this is the simplest and easiest way to make it, and plus it just tastes really nice and creamy. Now, once you have your chicken in the pot, you're going to cook it until it is basically white from all sides. You're not going to overcook it, so you don't want the chicken to start turning golden brown or get a thick like crust on it. We don't want that. We want to keep it at a white level. Once all your chicken is white, then you are going to put your butter in. Now, I used a half a stick of butter, if I remember correctly. That is around 4 tablespoons of butter. So if you don't have the sticks, you can always use 4 tablespoons of butter. Once you have your butter in, let it melt a little bit before adding in the rest of the seasonings. This way the seasonings will help, the seasonings will end up binding with the chicken a little bit more better if we let the butter melt a little bit. So the first ingredient we'll do is 1 teaspoon of chili powder. The next one is allspice. Now this is an actual seasoning. It's not garam masala. It's not the desi garam masala. It's allspice. It's like a round black pepper looking seasoning that you could find this at the normal grocery store in the seasoning aisle. It's just called allspice. We'll put around 1 teaspoon of that, and then we're going to put almost 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now, if you are using the tomato paste that is from the can, that one is a little less concentrated. So if you were to put that one in, I would suggest putting around 4 tablespoons instead of the 2. So this one is a double concentrated tomato paste, so it's actually thicker. So that's why I'm only using 2 tablespoons. If you don't have this one, then just use normal canned tomato paste and put around 4 tablespoons of that. Then now the next step, you need to basically cook in the seasoning to the chicken, and you're going to keep cooking it until you start seeing the butter basically separate from the seasonings that you put in. And once you start seeing that, then you will put in your heavy cream. Now, it takes around, say, 10 minutes to just cook it if you're cooking it on medium to low heat. If you're cooking on medium to high heat, it's a good 5 minutes of you just stirring back and forth so that the seasonings get fully cooked into the chicken. Once you start seeing the butter separate from the seasonings, then that's when you are going to get your heavy cream, and you're going to put in 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Now, right when you put the heavy cream in, it's going to look very light, like over here. It's going to look like that. That's fine. The more you cook it, the thicker the heavy cream gets, your color will come back. So don't don't freak out or anything like that. That, oh my god, my butter chicken is looking too light. The color will eventually come back. We just have to cook it in. We just have to cook the cream into the chicken so we could get that nice creamy orangey look. Now the next part of this recipe is actually really easy. You're going to put your heat at medium to high heat, and you're going to just let the cream boil. There is no need to stir at this moment. You're just going to let it boil. Once your cream starts boiling, then you're going to give it a stir every, say, 1 minute or so, just to make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom. Now what I usually do is that I sprinkle a little bit of allspice at this time, just to give it a little extra taste. This is just an optional portion. You don't need to do this. But once you see that your cream is getting thicker and it's more cream-like, then your butter chicken is done. At this point, you could put it in a serving bowl and serve it with some white rice or some tandoori naan, and it is just beautiful. I usually put some coriander on top, but my kids don't really like coriander, so I didn't put any coriander on top. If you like this recipe, subscribe to my channel and follow for more videos just like this.